Okay, so what I want to go over today is how to unwrap this little widget that we've been texturing. There are a lot of different ways that you can approach unwrapping things, and so I'm going to just show you some different ways. There's no specific answer. You know, a lot of times people, come to me and goes, well, show me exactly how to do it. Well, there's lots of different ways that things can be done. So we're just going to show you different ways, okay? All right, so we're going to come in here and put a UV unwrap on this. And I've got a shader on it with checkerboard pattern on it. And let me just, usually I find when unwrapping it's easier to not have the checker on there. Okay, so there's lots of ways that we can do this. I think I'm going to start with this piece here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tell it to select by angle right here. So polygon, select by angle, and then I've got it set at 15 degrees and that will select that. Now, we can do pelt mapping. Okay. We can do quick peel. What I'm going to do is this one up here called a quick planar map. Okay. And that works pretty good for really flat areas. Okay. So I'm going to pull this out. Here's the rest of my stuff. And I'm just going to pull it outside of my area. And I'm just going to leave that one out there. I have a tendency to pull everything out and then pack it back in later. Okay. All right. So that's got that part, but I want to go ahead and get these edges. Okay. Now one of the keys in here is just kind of knowing, where you want to put your seams at. And I think that's one of the things that really confuses people a lot of the time is they don't really know where to put their seams. So I'm going to pick from, I think I'll go ahead and add this in there, and I'm going to unwrap this piece from there to there. Okay. And I'm going to try that same thing, a quick planar map with that. See how that gets me. Okay. It's not too bad. Okay. But I can tell you one of the problems you're going to have is that this can't unwrap properly. That's going to have to be cut right there. Okay. I'm going to grab edge here and I'm going to grab this edge and that edge. And I'm going to break those, right click break. Okay. So now I'm going to come in here and let's try to relax this. Okay. And you'll see that's got us a much better piece. Okay. So that's unwrapped pretty good. So we'll just move that out. And then I'm going to do this opposite side. Okay, so I'm going to pick here and here. Get that. And that's on the other piece. So that looks pretty good. So we'll do another quick planar on that too. It's going to have the same problem. This is going to have a split in it. So we're just going to break it there and relax that. Okay. I don't like the way that it's not straightening out for me. So I'm going to initially break this area right here, and then I'm going to restitch it back together. And relax that. Relax that. Rotate it back up. Now later I'm going to come in and straighten these some. So I want this one straight and stitch that back together, and then that'll work pretty good. All right, now the main pieces are these top pieces, okay? So we want to go ahead, I can do a quick planer on those. And the bottom one, go ahead and just pack these real quick, get their scales in together. It's not going to be the way I pack them, but get them so that their scales are all correct. Okay, let's do this piece here. I do fine with a quick planer. And then I'm going to, we need to get this piece here. That'll be fine with a quick planer also. And then we need to get these, and I can have all that unwrapped together. Quick planer will work on that too. Okay, that's working pretty good. So if we want to just stop and look, we could go ahead and plug our checker in and turn it on. And we can see, let's go ahead and go in there and pack those again. So take, get their scales correct. And you can see those checkers are working pretty good. Okay, we've got to get these edges and these little inside pieces. Let's start with the edge. Okay, I'm going to go from there to there. I'm going to turn off my angle selection. Let's turn off our, disconnect our, and I think right here is where this curve starts. So I'm going to back this back off to right where the straight part ends on both sides. Because I'm going to want to, these pieces, if I could put this edge and the back edge and the ends all together, but then they're going to be really long pieces and we won't get very good pixel density on it. So something more like this is better, okay? And then, of course, we want to go ahead and pick this top edge with these two. And let's turn our angle on. Get that bottom edge too. Yep. Okay, so then we're going to deselect those. Okay, then I'm going to go for that. Quick planer on that. That off, and let's do the same on the back. So we'll go by angle again, and then I'm holding down the Alt key for deselect. Oops, got to turn that to angle off. So Alt deselects. Go. Okay, hit that one. All right, so now what we want to do is get these ends. Okay. and deselect. Angle off. Put those back in. Control key adds. Missed those. Add those back in. Okay. Okay, we'll try a quick planer on those. And we just need to relax that. I need to relax this one too. Okay. Let's pack those. Take them back out. Okay, so now all we have to do is get the inside pieces. Okay, so let's back by angle. And then we get the bottom. Okay, so planer is not going to work very well on this. So what we're going to initially do is, I don't know, let's try a quick peel and see what that gets us. Okay, that's okay. But what we got to do is we got to split one of these sides. Okay, so it'll lay down correctly. So we're going to go here, go ahead and loop that, and then break that. And now, if I do a quick peel on that, it'll break that out. Let's go ahead and do a relax on that. Okay, eventually that's going to straighten out. Okay, that's straight enough, and I can go over here to straighten selection, and I can straighten that out. Okay, let's go ahead and straighten this one. We need to straighten this one too. Let's see, can I straighten that one up? Yeah, sounds pretty funky. It's going to have a hard time straightening it. We'll have to do that manually. Okay, it's not too bad. Now we just need to get the other side. So got to get the bottom. Go. And a quick peel, same thing. Then we're going to grab an edge. Loop that. Break that. Do another quick peel on that. Just relax it. We'll straighten that. Relax it again. Straighten it again. Okay. All right, so let's look at all this, pack it, and then let's go out here and let's put our checker back on it. see, we've got a pretty good job of unwrapping this. Okay, so we're looking for, looks like we've got an issue here. Here. Okay, so looks like our pencil density is pretty good. Looks like we got checkers, no stretching. Okay, very minimal stretching. Okay, and now we're ready to do packing. Okay, so let's go into that. Okay, so now packing is where we're trying to utilize all of our pixel space. Okay, one of the problems people get into is they kind of stop at this stage, and that's an issue because we need to take up all of this space. So we're going to kind of not pay attention to the way it packs it. We're going to pack it ourselves. Okay, so let's turn this around. Okay, that's pretty good. Take these down. Okay, now I'm going to scale this until they reach this edge over here. So right here is a nice little button to know about, because what this does is tells you where to put the pivot point that you're going to scale from. And I want it in this bottom left-hand corner. So I picked this button right here. So now when I scale, it's going to scale from that size, that side right there. Okay. I want to go ahead and straighten this up. So what we're going to do is grab this edge, going to loop that and then straighten it. And this one, loop, straighten it, oops. I want to get rid of those. Okay, now straighten that. Straighten this end piece. Okay, we want to straighten that. I want that to be straight. Oops. And I want that one to be straight. Actually, I think I do want those to be straight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I want to straighten this one here too. Okay. So now what I want to do is relax this. Okay, so we're going to pick it, but what I'm going to do is to come up here, I'm going to relax here, and let's say pin the boundaries. Okay, so now I can relax, which will relax everything inside of it, but it'll keep those boundary selections so they're nice and straight. And I want to do the same thing on this. Okay. That. That. I don't want that one. Straighten those. This one. That one. Let's straighten those. so high, but we'll bring it back down. Okay. Straighten that. Straighten that one. And that one. Okay, so now we'll go for relaxing nets. Okay, and I think what I want to do is stitch these back together. So we're going to go that's and stitch selected. Move it. And stitch selected. Okay, that's flipped. So what we have to do is to flip this piece. That. There we go. Okay, so now we can start putting things in here. This piece here. Let's flip this around. Let's do this. This one up. Let's rotate this one. And then I'm going to non-proportional scale. Oops. Here. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is let's go look at our piece now. Okay, still looking pretty good. Okay, I think I'm going to take all of these and proportional scale those on the bottom, fill up that space. Same thing here, bottom. That's space. And now that's a pretty good pack. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and calculate and see how much of our pixel space we're actually using here. So we're just going to go to up here to Tools, Render a UV Template. Okay, when we're doing that, it doesn't matter the size because the proportion is what we're looking for. We don't want any seams in here, so we'll turn these seams off. And then right here on the mode, I want to render this out as a solid, and then I'm going to change the fill color to something that's really easy to select, like a hot pink or something like that. And then render a UV template, and then it's going to give me something like this. Okay, and then I'm going to save this out, and I'm going to save it out as a PNG. Okay, give it a name, template, and we're going to save that as a PNG because it'll make the black transparent. Okay. All right, so I've got it loaded up here in Photoshop. Okay, and we're going to need a calculator also. Okay. Okay, then the other thing we're going to need open is we're going to need our histogram open. Okay, when you open up this histogram, it's in a compact mode. So what we want to do is go up here into expanded view. And then we're going to want to duplicate our layer. Okay, so what we want to do is divide how much space that we have versus the entire piece. So right here, this says entire image. We need to go selected layer, and then here's how many pixels that are actually being used that are on this layer. Okay, so we put that number into our calculator. So that's 228642, and then we're going to divide it against the entire piece. So you go entire image, and we divide it by 262144, and you'll see this says 87. You use the period and 2 dots, and then you round these up. So 2 would round down. So this is 87. So this is 87%. So I've used 87% of my pixel image is going to show up on my object. Okay. 87%. You should be shooting for at least, 70, 75%. If you're getting 60%, 50%, then you suck. Okay. Your goal is to use as many pixels as possible. Okay. And that's where a lot of people don't understand. Now, yes, I have my pixel density is shifted a little bit. Okay. But that's okay. I mean, your goal is for your pixel density to be the same. But what's more important than your pixel density is that you use as much of the bitmap as possible that you can use here. Okay. And so I've got 13% that I'm not using, and that's pretty good. Okay. So there it is, and it's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and right click and convert this to a poly so it's baked in so I can't accidentally lose that. Of course, I can always come back to it later and go back and put my unwrap on it, and I can bring it back up if I needed to change it. Okay. So there it is. That's how to come in and to unwrap this little object, and then how to pack it and how to get it packed in such a way that you're using as much pixel density, as much of the pixel space as possible in whatever bitmap that we paint on that. Okay, hopefully that will help you out. All right, thank you very much.